Hello. Greetings. I hope that my greetings were not too startling for you. Right, hello, Albastoru, Maki, Kangofango, welcome. How is everyone this fine dusk? Well, I think dusk is a bit gone already. Submitted some assets to the DLS, yes. I might be using those assets very shortly, who knows? A wild greeting, yes. Hello, Mr. Conductor 123, welcome. So, today we will begin by rebuilding an area that we've already built. No, don't run away, don't run away. No, it's not what you think, no. I meant this bit, the field that got deleted because the game froze and it wasn't saved. So I'm going to start by repainting in the field in here. And then, actually hold on, what's the render distance set to? Hold on. Let's reduce that somewhat. Yeah, doing that. Maybe adding in a few more details in here. And then basically just continue to fill in a little bit of the space on this little slice here. And then the only thing that's left to do before we actually extend the route towards the final stations is to fill in this little bit. So that bit there. So, right, wild greeting tastes great on pizza, or so I've heard. Right, I had pizza today, although not wild greeting flavor. Are pizzas flavored? Well, I think that they are. Also, we might be here for a little while until the UI has loaded. Here we are. Also, good news, in case you haven't heard, read, or otherwise seen or been told. Due to a workaround, I'm now able to edit the backlog of Minecraft streams that have been accumulating since the 17th of October. So those are appearing on YouTube now, slowly, because it does take quite a bit of time to render and edit. But they are, well, yeah, since October, since my computer broke. Today in Derail Valley, I work 30 minutes because I'm derailed 12 times. Oh, I see. Well, at least your experience is living up to the name of the game. Sure is, do a bird impression. Not now. Not now. Maybe sometime in the future. Yep, since October. From the rail, yeah. Did you never read those stickers on the underside of the boxes where it said contains natural flavoring? I thought you meant because referencing Derail Valley, like, did you never read those stickers on the underside of the boxcars that says this way down or this end down? Did I use this texture for it? I think I did. And now I quickly need to redo this bit. Which isn't too tricky to do. It's basically just filling in this area and adding some grass blinds. Then I'll save, because I don't want to do this a third time. Or really a second time. But definitely a first time. And then we'll get to some new stuff to build. Okay. And then depending on how the grass blinds look and their distance to the field, I'll have to either paint some more on it or get rid of some of the field. Tweety Bird. Yeah, 17, 10, 2022 is when it broke. On that Monday. Fango, which truck of the ones I sent on Discord are you taking? I don't know the context of that, and you don't need to tell me. You sent trucks? I do not see. Yeps. Not sure what you mean, at least. Just take a look. Sounds a bit shady. And or secretive. Okay, basic shape looks about how it did before. Now I need to put in the connection. Oh yeah, and that's another thing we did. We finally replaced the road spline with one that looks good in the shade. Okay. I want a little bit of a more muddy, redder-ish texture in here as well. Sort of like that, I think. Now save in splines. We'll do after the stream. I'm just assuming it's links to truck mods. But yeah, looks great. Redder-ish texture. What? Redder-ish? No. Red. Redder-ish texture. Because this one's a bit redder than that one. So this one's more redder-ish than that one. Because it's not completely red. So it's red-ish. And it's more than the other one. So it's redder-ish than that one. And do you want to know how I know that that works in English? The answer is, because I say so. Although maybe it would look better if the field didn't extend all the way to the road. Maybe if there was just a muddy tractor path thingy from the road to the field. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. This is the muddy bit that gets that. This is the bit. No, it's just a picture of lineup before trucks. Okay, so you can use the artwork I'm making. Okay, surely it's reddisher. Perhaps. We'll let you know after. Not redderish. Well, but redderish sounds like rhetoric, and rhetoric is a word that surprisingly few people are familiar with, at least of a certain age range. Or just slightly more red. Well, slightly more reddish, and slightly more red. Well, more red means redder. Something is redder than something else. And if it's slightly more redder, then it's redderish. It's a bit red. No, it's not redder. It's just redder-ish. Or redder. Yes. The reddish radish rested upon a red brick roof. Oh? At least it wasn't a hot tin roof, eh? Sure it is, sure. Although it may look better if the field didn't go in and out like that by the access point. Well, if you look at it, it's actually quite a sizable area. It just looks smaller because all the fields are so huge. But it's actually quite a sizable area. At least I think so. Okay, I'll just fill this bit in with bunches of grass like this. Hey, I know rhetoric. Ah, where did you meet? Up to the slightly redder. Yeah, exactly. Okay, what does that look like? Other than a bit laggy. That looks okay. It'll probably look better once I've put on some of the longer grass texture. Rhetoric Jones, actually a famous train spotter in East Anglia. Really? Is that true or is that rhetoric? Funny that logos is actually considered a type of rhetoric. People tend to not see it as such, but it is. Because logos means it's a type of rhetoric where you try to convince someone or try to change someone's views or opinions by words, of course that's what rhetoric means, using facts and reason as opposed to emotion. And there's another one as well, but I don't remember what the other one was. I think it might be... Yeah, I don't remember what it was. But yeah, that's logos. A type of rhetoric. Roderick. Oh, well, they may be famous. I have no idea. Gee, I know Logos too. Ah, did you meet at the same party? Logos is logic. Yeah, I know. B&H logo. Prefer chats? Guys, what? Imperatives, pronouns, emotive, language, facts, expert opinion, yada yada. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Right, stream title, MVR building, the east side. Yes, because this is the east side. Yarder, coacher. Ha ha ha. I get the reference, of course. Right, let's get the other grass texture and actually get some work done. Easier to do it from this side because the grass blinds are actually more visible from this side, as you know. Preferred chats is a list of language writing techniques for rhetoric. Oh, I did not know that. Oh, I prefer chats. All right. Don't want to paint over too much here. E.g. our rhetorical question or S. Alright, yeah. I see. I just didn't know that that's what they were called. Right. Almost there. And then we'll have a look at some stuff that Kango made. Okay, that's good enough for now. I may add bushes and stuff like that later, but I don't know what the rest of the landscape over there is going to look like, so I don't know what I will need. Maybe reduce the grass health around the chemical plant a bit. No. Okay, so last stream, when I built this evaporation pond, I said that, well, I was looking for no swimming signs, but there weren't any. So, Kango has reskinned a sign with permission. So now we've got some. We've got this one, which is... actually, I'll do it this way around, that way the labels won't be in the way. Which is the very rusty one. And then we've got that one, which is a bit dirty, and then we've got the very clean one. So you can see the different stages of wear. I think I'm probably going to use either only the leftmost one or the left and middle ones. So, yeah, like that. No swimming allowed. There we go. And then perhaps use the middle one there. And then, should I put some over here as well? Maybe just in kind of intervals along here. I think that might look good. And then I'll put a couple back here as well. And I'll put one new looking one here as well. It's just, for some reason, right by the fence is the new looking one. Actually, can you roll these? Ah, okay. I was gonna maybe roll one that looks like it kind of got damaged a bit, but oh well. So, there we are. Thank you for reskinning these. Less plentiful saturation? No. There's no sign, yeah. Meant to be reskinned. Yeah, I did these repaints today. But I want to swim. Well, if you must swim, I suggest that you visit the lovely, lovely town of Silver Falls. And you can do a little bit of swimming in the river here. Just be careful not to get washed down too far. Hold on, wasn't there a bridge here? There we go. Just be careful not to get washed too far down the river, because otherwise you'll be going over this down there. So there, see, like this. Which probably isn't going to be very pleasant. So, swim at own risk, special Special exception for you, Marky. I'm not sure if that was meant to be an insult or a gift, considering the contents of the pond. Hey, it was fun, Raft, fun! Because otherwise, you'll be going nowhere. Right, so... I think that looks okay. Yes, I could put a fence around here, but I'm not sure that that's necessary. I might put a few shrubs along here, but we'll see. Right, so now, next, I want to just fill in this little area here. And I could fill it in with just more of the same grass, but I think it'll actually look better if I fill it in the same way I did over here, with this less obvious grass plant and a few of the 3D trees and bushes. For the readers at home, what's in the pond? In the pond? Well, in the pond is, well, basically toxic waste from the oil and chemical plants, which gets pumped into here, where it'll then, with a lot of water, and then over time the water evaporates, leaving the chemicals in the pond here. Hold on, I'm getting the list. There it is. List? That's in the pond. Is that? Oh, ingredients. Hold on 1 second. It's the Animaniacs ingredients song, as you can see. No. Hold on, 1 second. Let me just watch it for a second. Artificial barley malt, yeah. Right. Now, on to building while you listen to the rest of that. Let me know when you finished the video. Actually, imagine that if I just linked to... Imagine that if I just linked to one of my old streams and said, here, watch this. I'll be quiet until you finish the video. Ah... That's a trick that a lot of streamers could potentially exploit to make their streaming a little bit easier. Oh, lactic acid isn't good. Biology. Anaerobic respiration, guys. Who's this? It is me. No, you said, oh, lactic acid isn't good. Shh. Lactic acid isn't good. Nah, I already know it. Also, Kangafanga, I have posted a video of my route to the center of the earth on ProMods. Ah. To listen to a few seconds. Easy way to do a 24-hour stream. I won't read chat until you finish the video. You now know the route for when we eventually do that convoy. In the eventuality that we do that convoy. 24-hour streamer. I will head off for now, but I'll be back when you finished the video. No. Actually, hold on 1 second. So, one second. So regarding 24-hour stream, I'll be going for a little while, but I'll be back once you've finished the playlist. Bye-bye. Just let me know when you're done, please. No, okay, that joke's gone far enough. Right. Okay, do I want that grass along here? I probably do. Or did it look better without? No, it definitely looked better with. Okay, textures. Okay, it looks a little boring now, but once I add trees and stuff like that, it'll look better. How long does the playlist sum to? I do not know. 695 hours? Really? Where does it say? 1 second. Where does it say? Does it say? Hold on, I can't see. 1 second. I don't see where it says. Crunching some numbers, that's non-stop month if it's 300 times 2.5 divided by 24. 300 times 2.5, wait, 300? Over 300 streams? It's not though. It's not over 300 streams. Is it? Dun dun dun. Well, apparently that's how long I've spent watching Trainz live streams. I don't know where that would say. Then add all the other streams. I said, why does it not say that? Oh, I see. How many streams? Just a rough guess. Around 240? Yeah. All you've got to do is look at, well, I've just got to look at how many videos are in that playlist, because that playlist is only for the Trainz streams. 242. This is the 243rd Trainz live stream. Right, so 25 days then. Ah, well that's you can accomplish that in 24 hours. Right. Which is close enough to a month anyway. Yeah. For a second I thought you'd written blah blah blah, can go. If you could be any month, which? Probably May or June, I would guess. Depends on where, because if you're in the northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, the month means pretty much the opposite of what you might think that it means. And then of course also depends on the biome that you're in and what sort of things happen there in the month. Or if you're speaking historically, then you'd also have to specify the year. That still just looks a little bit empty. Although, I don't know if there really is enough space. I was considering putting in another field, but I don't think that there's enough space. Maybe we could have another track running along here. Maybe a longer runaround track. Because not all of the trains coming down here should you necessarily use that same runaround siding there. June of July for me, or when October? Nottober? Nottober. Yes, Tober, or Novtober. 2028 AD, UK. But space is infinite? Who knows? Yeah, Death is September or something. So it's October, I said. October, you said. Says you. Right, so I think maybe, well, we could do something like that. And then have the track go pretty much along there. And then we could have it kind of split off maybe here, just to make this a little bit more easily navigable. Although that's that wouldn't work. If I did have it coming off here, where would it have to go to? That could work. And then I'd have to move this over a bit. Although that's not really going to be a great diamond there. I just want a bit of a longer run around, that's all. Although if we've got all these junctions here, then maybe it wouldn't even be that much longer. Actually, I don't... I think I need to rethink this. Okay, well... if this is intended to go down that way, then I suppose I could have it come branching off here, but the thing is this is going downhill, and so coming down this way, up to there, then running around, going up to here, you still wouldn't clear the junction. So yeah, I don't think that that's going to work really. I think I'm just going to add a few trees and see how that looks. It looks better, but still not that great. Maybe I should put a field in there. If we consider the amount of space that this field has, although having another field there might just look a bit too samey. Not samey in where? I'll just paint in a field to see what that would actually look like. Imagine that this isn't covered with trees and grass. Actually, I think I prefer that being a field, because then we can still have a few trees on the edges, but then you can see the operations down there much better. And from down here, when you're switching, you can still see the mainline trains going across. Yeah, I really like that. I will move the trees over a bit though. Right. Septober. Yes. She said, if you had life eternal. She said, if you had life eternal. Drums. Easy song reference opportunity. Thanks. Also, hello. Oh, hello. More shrubbery. A shrubbery? Is that I to suggest? It's that I would suggest. Squire Hackerman Dudley. And then you leave with the newspaper. And then I leave with the newspaper. Leaving the telephone on the table. And then I leave with the newspaper, leaving the telephone on the newspaper. Ah, yes. Good old-fashioned plate of sardines. Does not represent the opinions of me. But it does represent the reference. Sardines? You forgot the sardines. Bag? What bag? Suddenly here, now gone. Someone other than Kango Fango. Do you know what we're referencing? Yes, the glorious scent of fresh manure while waiting for the early morning commuter. Yes. Welcome back. Maybe. No. Nope. Okay, well, since Albastru says maybe, what is it that you think we're referencing, Albastru? Finally done with helping the letter groom the old puff, or as they call it, down, for babies. Aww. Yeah. Little modified scales. I think we all know it. I'm starting to doubt whether you know it. Actually, no, that's wrong. I've long since started to doubt whether you know it. Go ahead. No, of course I know it. Okay. Okay. So, in that case, you would of course know that it's a film reference to the film Camel in the Woods. What have you to say to that? Muffled sitcom laughter. Why don't you tell me so that I know you know it? Camel in the Woods isn't a real film. Haha! There we go. Okay. Well, in that case, let's say, how about let's say that you passed the test and it's actually from History of the World Part 1. What say you to that? Don't be silly. Are you sure? Very, very sure. Okay, well, in that case, how about an old episode of Herman's Head? Never mentioned it? What do you mean? Okay, well, in that case, how about Herman's Head never mentioned it? Well, in that case, how about a film that they were watching in Jurassic Park 3? Yeah, I think that this looks much nicer. But you think you don't actually know it. Okay. And came up, right, also appeared in The Friendly Tiger, 1938. Also came up in the classic screwball comedy Early Morning Madness, 1982, as a throwaway joke. Yeah, well, okay, well, how about in It Happened One Night? What do you think? Do you think that one's... Do you think that's where it's from? Nope, definitely not. Yeah. Well, how about From Noises Off? What do you think about that one? Do you think that's where it's from? I'll bust through. Do you think that's where it's from? Yes or no? Maybe, maybe not. Bella and her babies have been fed and now they fell asleep. Aww. Your speakers are loud. In that case, maybe you should turn the volume down a little bit. Finally, I can go to sleep too. Ah. Should I IMDb it? Link it? Go ahead. Hehe. Hehe, indeed. Indeed. So you Googled that? No, I don't think Kango used Google. Directed by Peter Bogdanovich. No, IMDb it. DuckDuckGo'd it. But yeah, it is actually from the film Noises Off, though. That would have been accurate, but not even that. Went straight to IMDb and then entered the title. Well, you must have taken a very high-speed train to get all the way to the headquarters and back in that time. Or did we really go on and on that long about it? They opened a local branch last month. Huh. Haha. Okay, we need some trees on the right there, definitely. And then a few of the taller ones as well. And then probably a little bit of the... Actually, what? No, it doesn't really fit. And then probably a few of the bushes as well. Well, that one looks quite nice there. Maybe a little bit over. Like here. Yeah. Let's grab some of the ones from the edge here. Let's just do a little bit of bush placing. Slavic Eagle, I summon thee. Bush. 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 So, to confirm the movie's existence, what's it about? It is about theatrical catastrophe in a comedic way. And a director being driven mad while the cast basically are a complete disaster, both on stage and off stage. And I say driven mad, not entirely literally. It does drive him to the bottle, basically, but not entirely mad. Also, I think perhaps I should have a... like a hobo den in there. Also, I had just gone to IMDb to link to it in there. Ah, yeah. I mean, that's an accurate description, huh? No, I'm not still on IMDb. A what den? Hobo den. Also, I learned that apparently a badger's den isn't called a den, but rather a set. I haven't double-checked this information, but I do trust the source. Well, that's a bit too obvious. Maybe a derelict barrel that's not currently on fire. But I do want one that's capable of fire. That one is the one I want. Although I may want to move the grass slightly so that they're not sitting this deep in the grass. Just to create a little bit of clearing in there. I am the source. You are? Add to my infinite knowledge. Ah, good. The source of chaos. Haha. Okay, that's a paradox, but let's just move on. Well, paradox. More like contradiction. Well, paradox. More like contradiction. Okay, so now how does this look? Coming in from the great wilderness known as the countryside. Well, yeah. Paradox. Well, doesn't para mean almost? Doesn't the word para mean almost? Or well, similar to that? Okay, so looking over on the left, coming, actually, before this even, from here. You can see back there, you can see into the distance, which is what I wanted. Words, para. Okay, what does it mean? A copper coin? Coin of the, no, that's not what I meant. Yeah, near. That's I think the one that I was looking for. Greek prefix, prefix Greek origin meaning from, beside, besides, near, by. Yeah. I think that's the one that I meant. So as in a paraglider or a parachute. I bought some love heart string lights, but the off switch doesn't work properly, so I have to take the batteries in and out. But they're still pretty. Yeah, you can't turn off the love hearts. You can just take out their life force and then they'll dim. But you can't turn them off. Okay, that on the left there. Actually, that looks okay. Maybe I need a few animals in there to make it look a little bit less empty. Okay. Coming along here. Still need to fill in this little area there. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to go off that way. It is a little bit laggy while streaming here. Okay, and then go through here, and then of course along there. You know the rest, which goes up to there. So yeah, next bit to fill in. Seeing as I'm quite... Actually, hold on. I do want to put down a few animals here. Actually, do I have a... Okay. There we go, just sort of like that. Just as you're going along, it doesn't look all that empty. Is it reparable? And some love heart burning too. Great parallel there. If only the BFF relationship stuff was as strong as the light strings. Well, I'm gonna go sleep since I'm tired. See you on Wednesday. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Thank you for stopping by. Right, good night. Kangu you should have seen Amichu and I teasing each other this morning. Should have done it at the Blue Lounge then. If you wanted to see it. If you want me to see it. I sent Amichu a clip of a ghost concert before the song Rats saying, "Are you mice or are you rats?" and told them that it reminds me of them. And then they sent a rat gif of two squabbling. Okay, now how does this look down here? Actually that looks okay. Because I was about to add some bushes along here, but I do want the verticality of the plant back there, not the tree, the buildings, to be very obvious. I'll try leaving it like this, and then once more of the scenery has been built in, I may go back and add some bushes. I said, hey, it does look, teasing slowly through clips and GIFs. They said they're the one on the right. That's which level? Teasing right there. That's what I said. I said, no, that one looks like it's winning. I said, that's why I chose it. So I edited the image to make my red winning. And then you flip the image. Ah, yes. That sounds as though two friends were having some fun. Okay, I want some of that texture. Y'all may be interested in this YouTube video of something, probably. Oh, it's an ad. I have no idea what this is even an ad about. I have no idea. Oh, Must Crit Love. Haha. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with it. Will loom later, Kango. What? You're going to do some weaving later? What? Commercially or just as a hobby? Also, is it a steam-powered loom or is it a hand-powered loom, or what kind of loom it? Also, I hope you're not doing the same thing the Victorians did and have children with a brush and basically brushing away all the cotton waste from the machinery underneath with the machinery still running. Are you? Because if you are, then I think we need to have a little talk before others have that talk or a similar one. Look, oops, sorry. I will loom later, Kango. Just looming over you on Twitch. Just bent over the computer screen, staring at Kango's profile picture. Yes, I will loom later, Kango. Post it on Discord later, that's true. Animated ant group 2. That would be interesting. Okay, I think now it's just, for the majority of it, a matter of adding grass blinds along this side of the embankment. XDDD. That's too comedic for our own good. Haha. Kaganimid's Spider Group 05. Oh yes. Or swarm, as some might say. Oh yeah, you're right. Sure. Happy to be right. Which is not always the case. Sometimes there are matters where you are afraid that you're right, and you'd much rather not be right. But unfortunately, you are sometimes right. Not always. Sometimes you hope that you're wrong, and then it turns out you are wrong, and there was nothing to worry about in the first place, but sometimes it turns out differently. Yeah, right there. See, again. I am never wrong. Wait, so you will be looming later? Scared now, thanks. Haha, no, sorry. Joyle. Since you're never wrong, you meant to write Joyle. I wonder what you meant by that. Also, Kango, do you have a... I know it's only Monday, but do you have a plan yet for what you want to do on Friday on Minecraft? I would assume finishing to build some aspects of the upper levels above the commune, and then actually building a storage room to put the stuff from your chests in there, and then maybe looking at some of the mods to get into. But that's just what I would guess. I mean, what's the chance that I'm right in all of those things? Probably referencing to Joel Peters, renowned train spotter in the Midlands. Yeah. Everybody's a renowned train spotter in the Midlands. That should be a running gag. It's Tuesday. No, it is Monday. XD. Yeah, see? Yeah. But yeah, it is true that when you live stream as many times per week as I do, well, me and Kango do, then you tend to connect the days of the week by which live streams are on them. And then when it switches, it feels like it's a different day. Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, finish some parts of my house. Maybe extend the underground farms. No, not the underground farms. I would definitely prioritize a storage room. Okay, just add a spawn point there. Add one there. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can do that. Emichu said that too on our only ETS2 stream. Yeah, I know. It's the truth. Yeah, I may need to try to move this into the ground slightly, although... Yeah, that's gonna be tricky. Maybe I could use a little bit of a shorter one if I had it at a bit more of an angle. Like so, maybe. Am I showing the weekdays apart by live streams? Yes. I mean, it makes sense. Okay, I need to fix this a bit. Although it still needs to go into the ground slightly. But this looks much more... Well, it looked much more doable. The issue is that this is on a grade. And so crossing it is going to be tricky. Let's see what those crossing boards would look like here. Oh. Oh, it's on temp locked. For fact, I actually started rendering or extending PL1 today. Ah. Or are you on UA1, UT1, whatever one you like? Yeah, that's... If only I could roll this, but I cannot. Can't really do much about the gradient either, unless I did lower it slightly there. Maybe just sort of like that, perhaps? Is there a spline point here in the tracks? I don't think there is. If I add one there, then maybe I can raise this point up slightly, just to make this bit work. Which, yes, would mean that there is a really quite steep bit here, but that's okay. Although it has shifted around how the curve works a little bit. Let's try that. That doesn't look too steep, does it? I hope it doesn't. Also, that is... that's dipping back down again. I don't really want that to dip back down again. Although having it be a little bumpy is okay, I suppose. Also submitted updates to my radiation warning signs, fixing the prefixes from sign RU to sign UA, as they're based on those found in and around Pripyat UA. Shardays, maybe, if you had the crossing somewhere else. No, I want the crossing there in front of the tunnel. I'd move the road to this side of the track. Welcome. Hello. Cross it where it's more level. I know, but I want it to be an interesting scene. because we've got the underpass tunnel right there, and if I imagine like having the camera at an angle sort of like this, and then just rail fanning here, having a train coming in and out of the tunnel there with trains going up above it, across there, and then crossing over the tracks up that grade and back there, snaking along there. I think that that's just such a great spot for rail fanning, and I don't really want to change it that much. Although I think spline-wise, I think it does actually work now, question mark? I believe so, at least. Yeah, there's a reason why they're called level crossings. They're not, they're called grade crossings. Looks a bit too cramped. The crossing, as it is now, looks unnecessarily hazardous. What do you mean unnecessarily hazardous? It's not unnecessarily hazardous. The hazards are very necessary. Coming down this way, just a little bit of a curve, crossing over, and curving back over to the side. It's not too twisty and turny. It just looks like it from further away. Instead of just cutting across. Let's put a truck on there to see what that would look like. Yes, with trailer, of course. Ahem, ahem. Nope, not that. That's multiple industry. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That curve is plenty shallow. Look at that. I mean, you get a shallower curve at the 90-degree intersections. Like, I mean that curve is shallower than the curve of the 90-degree intersections that you get over here, turning around like that, or turning off like that. We've got to go around on the other lane or something like that. I think this looks perfectly fine. I'm quite happy with how this looks. And I do also like the look of the truck there, but can't really keep it there. Unless, of course, I had it permanently parked on the sidewalk. That'd be a bit odd. I say that would be a bit odd, and yet I'm still trying to make it work. Now it's even more dangerous. How about up here? There we go. Look. Actually, hold on 1 second. There we go. Look. Although this needs to be a little bit further ahead, I think. Right. Okay. Sure. If it works. Barriers? Might need barriers. Yes, of course it needs lights. You can even roll it. It's a nice model, but it seems not practical. True. Especially if there's a bit of traffic going along here. I think it might just not clip. I mean, if with cars going along here, it's a pity we can't see what it would look like with cars going along here, but I don't know. I guess we can leave it here for now, and then once we've built the landscape around it on the left, we can decide whether it still looks good or not, because I do like it there, but it does block the view of the tunnel a little bit. Maybe over on the other side. There we go. That looks better. Still not sure if I want to keep it, but we'll see. I just won the hardest Wii Sports tennis game I've ever had. I see. Congratulations. Now it actually is unnecessarily hazardous. Yes. It was so hard. I've been trying it for so long, and I actually did it. Congratulations. Yes, that explains the recent silence. Very good. Work, I'm sure. Yep, sorry. No, it's fine. It's fine. An exercise, of course. I'm listening and looking over. Though. Right. Trainz putting? Nah, virtual AI cast putting is where it's at. Nah, couldn't keep a straight face. I don't think you had an entirely straight face to begin with, considering how odd that would be as a human. Okay, now I'll just have to put in the spline along here, then paint it, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, now I just need the texture. Sitcom laughter, straight face, sitcom laughter. Oh yeah, all of this needs texturing. Oh, let's save. Okay. But yeah, this area does definitely feel like it's finally coming together in a way that, well, it'll be finished in the not too distant future. Which is a strange thing to say about the MVR, I am aware, but sometimes the strangest things. Yes, like that sentence. Okay, so how does that look? Oh, that looks really nice. Even though we could maybe use some bushes along here or something like that. But that goes into kind of into the area that will be extended that way, so the scenery may shift around a bit here anyway. We need to have some bushes on this bit, I believe. Although, could you imagine if this was like a little railway, like rail fanning park, where they had a fence along here, and then some stairs leading up that way, and you could go up here and film the trains. Wouldn't that be something? I'm not sure if it really fits with the scene down here. Because I do really want this to feel more industrial rather than... Yeah, I want this to feel more like a sort of a rail fanning spot for the people who know this area, like that the locals know about, and they go here to film or photograph trains. I don't really want this to be like a tourist attraction. Okay, so then I'll leave it at that. I'll put one or two buildings in here. Let's just pick, I don't know, that one. Needs fireweed. Yeah. Stairs flex around side. Someone spilled water on the kitchen floor and now my sock is wet. Aw. Well, then I would suggest to take the sock off, or either increase the temperature of your foot to evaporate the water. Either one. My condolences. Thank you. Hope your toes are right. Not broken like our imagery. It's more on the sole, which I think it's worse. Well. That's better than the toes though. If the toes were wet, I mean. Yes. So, what did you talk about this train stream? Well, we talked about how you can dry socks after you accidentally stepped in water that's been spilled on the kitchen floor without having to take them off. Like, for example, holding them to the radiator. Yeah, we give great advice on our streams. On all sorts of very useful... Not into the radiator, onto the radiator. I don't think that I said into. I think I said onto. If I said it correctly. Oh, it's not worth taking them off this late. But I might have to. This is deep stuff. Yeah. Kango, do you remember these grass textures? The TS09 textures? I remember using these so much. Back in 2010, 11. It's been so long since I've used these. I used to fill entire baseboards with this texture specifically. It would just be the entire baseboard, just that texture. And then I put a few trees along it, because back then I didn't really... Well, that one might actually look quite nice in some of these areas. It doesn't fit with our asset palette, but... yeah, because back then I didn't really put many grass splines or bushes or any stuff like that down. My item is Earth, sorry. Yes. I used some of those in JP1. Ah, nice. I didn't realize you were the one who made Jurassic Park 1. Okay, just sort of like this. And I know this probably needs... Actually, hold on, I'll just place a group of cars there. Which way around? This way, yeah. There we go. You know what I meant. It's true, he had me dress up as a dinosaur. Which one? So do I actually prefer this with or without the spline, the grass spline? I think probably with. I said for, not as. Oviraptor, of course. To think that the dinosaur only gets its name because they thought that it was stealing eggs at the time that it died, when actually it turns out it was just trying to protect them from a landslide and then died protecting its eggs. And then it gets named Egg Thief. Although, to be fair, I think that Oviraptor probably wouldn't care much about what people called it. Masicasaurus. Those weren't in the film. Neither was Oviraptor. Wait, what? It was Triceratops. No, that's so sad. It is sad, yeah. But the thing is, if you look into paleontology, then everything you see are imprints of beings that have already perished one way or another. Where's the spline I'm looking for? I'm sure I used it over here somewhere. And I think in a way, because all of these creatures have died anyway, I think that if you find remains or impressions of not just the creatures themselves, but of what they were like, and if you find preserved something like, in this Oviraptor's case, the decision to stay and try to protect its eggs. I mean, if you think about it, the decision that Oviraptor made tens of millions of years ago, and if you truly try to imagine, if you try to imagine, like, okay, try to imagine trains when they were invented, early 1800s, just over 200 years ago. And then imagine 1,000 years or 2,000 years. That's already beyond the medieval ages, going into Roman times. And then imagine 1 million years or 2 or 5 or 10 or 50 or 60 or 70 million years. Imagine how much time has passed. It's unfathomable. And yet, the life decisions that this oviraptor made and what sort of things it valued and the lengths it was willing to go to protect the things that it valued is still preserved, at least an echo of it. And now we can talk about it and we know about it. Imagine that secret lying underground in rock covered in mud and dirt and sand for all of those years. And then in the last fraction of a blink of an eye, we discover it and the story is not over. It continues. And then we mislabel it, of course. Calling it a leg thief. Ah. Oh, well. Right. Mesosaurus. Late Cretaceous. Is it a type of... what is it? Of course it's a theropod. It's a Belisauria. Ah! So it's in the same family as... well, the same clade as... like Carnotaurus? Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Also, nice teeth. Now I know. Now I know why Kango chose you to dress up as. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. The joke popped into my head. Right. Saurier. Imprints of death. Dinosaur. No, well, imprints of life as well. Yeah. Oviraptor. Reminds me of Duke from Top of the Tangent, buried for decades, then found again. That's the ultimate knock to the noggin. Petition to change that? Well, I mean, there's no use petitioning with me to change it. And besides, it's now part of the history. Okay, so that's good. What needs to be built next? Well, first I'll save. Majangasaurus, Carnotaurus, yeah, Rugops. Which, fun fact, means wrinkle face. Also nice teeth, thanks D. The dinosaur probably wouldn't have cared about its labeling anyway. Yeah. Only humans care about such things. Well, some of them. Some of us, I mean, yeah, sorry. Some of us, of course. So, yes. Okay, we already read that message. So, what's next? Well, I've got to build basically this area here. So we've built this bit down here, we've built along here, we've built a little bit there and up there. So there are two large scenes here. We've got the coal transfer area. Also, this still says candy factory. We do not have a candy factory here. Yeah, so we've got this coal transfer area. What was this? Oh, that was, right, platform, okay. Coal transfer area, and over here we've got the sugar plant, where we'll need more big factory buildings around here, of course, as well. I think it might be good to build the coal transfer area next, considering that that is going to take up a lot of the space here, because it'll go to probably about there, would be my guess, or here maybe, and then it'll go to pretty much either up to the tracks or almost up to the tracks, and then along here. So I think that's going to be good to do next. Yeah, it's in Southport, Jolly Mobster Candy. Starport! Ugh! I played the hard people again and won all 3 matches without losing a single one. Ah. You actually made me say it wrong. Wrong go. Right, so I'll put in some of the ballasting now, because then it's going to be easier to see where the tracks are from further away, considering the loading on these tracks. Wait, did I guess I didn't place a track end there yet. Oh, and I don't think I placed switches on here either. Yeah, I haven't placed switches here. Kango, thank you for keeping chat entertained while I build. Ooh, according to the wiki, the people I'm playing are the champions. So by beating them, I have essentially won the game. So are these... are these real people over the internet, or are these computer opponents? I'm guessing computer opponents. Question mark? PC. Ah, right. So PC stands for player character, or player controlled, probably. So they're real people! Ah! You can play with other people, but not online. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with the platform. Switches, that's what I wanted to do. They're computer controlled. Yeah, no, you were right. I was just joking. You were right. Okay, so this is another bug with the rotation of the camera. I think it's related to the sun position, where sometimes they don't show up from certain angles. Or Saxons, for that matter. Green that way. Green that way. Green that way. I remember when I first started playing Trainz, green that way, I didn't know that if you switched which way the junctions are set in Surveyor, it'll actually save that depending on the session. Okay, that's good. Now we just need to do the ones over here. Also, when I first I know I probably said this before, but when I first started playing Trainz and played through the tutorials, the one about switching junctions was really poorly made, because it was on a map, like it was the Australian Outback map back then, and there was a steam locomotive on a siding or something, and it's like, Okay, well, we'll finally learn how to switch junctions, because in the previous tutorials, you couldn't. I tried, in the previous tutorials, when you try to click on a junction to switch it, you couldn't switch it because it was locked for the tutorial. Which is why I already previously thought, okay, that's not how you switch junctions, I don't know how to switch junctions, I guess I'll learn that in the tutorial. So then you get to the tutorial about switching junctions, and then it spawns you in by the locomotive, and then you look around, and then it says, click on to switch a junction, click on it, or something like that. And then, so I'm flying around the map, and I look at the junctions, trying to plan my route, and I say, oh, maybe we could go over there. I try to switch the junction, doesn't work. I go over to another junction, try to click it to switch it, doesn't work. Spent a really long time trying to figure out how to switch the junctions, because I thought I need to figure that out first before going ahead with the tutorial, because the tutorial apparently expects me to be able to switch the junctions, and I thought it was a bug in the game, only to learn that apparently it wanted me to switch one particular junction in front of the locomotive, so that the locomotive would go that certain way, and all of the other junctions were still locked. Now, it could very well be that it was documented right, and I just read it wrong back then, because this is many, many years ago. But the way I remember it, it was just very unclear, because I obviously thought that I could now switch all of the junctions, because now junction switching had been unlocked, is how I thought about it. But it apparently hadn't. So, where are the roads going to go in here? We're going to need a road coming up to the sugar thing. But I'm actually thinking of having a little bit more greenery in this area. Just a little, not that much, because we're still, of course, going to... Actually, tell you what, 1 second. 1 second. I'm just going to place... Actually, that's a bit small. I wanted some bigger ones. I'm just going to quickly place some of these. These aren't really going to stay in these locations. It's just so that I can have a rough feeling of what this area feels like. Okay, so, right, if we're going to have these buildings over here already, which we are, then could have a little bit more there, and then having a stripe of greenery along here I think would work really quite nicely. Which may then even enable us to maybe bring in some fields along here as well, if this is still somewhat on the edge. Anyway, yeah, I was about to say, I don't really want to bring in this big road there. Maybe one of the TB roads. Not this one. I think it was a TB road that I was looking for. Asphalt 4.5. I think it was a 6 meter one. I think it may have been that one. Or was it this one? No, I think I like... Actually, I do like... which one do I prefer? This one looks a little bit more worn. This one's wider. I think I prefer the more worn one here. Monkey, hello. Oh yes, hello. I'm so good, I can win a game against them without losing a single point. Granted, it helps when they make mistakes. Is there a difficulty setting on them? Wait, what? No, so... No, it just gets harder and harder as you go along. Oh, their tutorial. So, these lot are really hard. Oh yeah. These lot. Progress, which, let's face it, we are. Oh, these are good. About both. No. Basically. Now, and I do want this to follow along here. Although I think that maybe... I don't know, I don't really want to build this scene back here yet. Don't have much time left in the stream. Actually, hold on, I quickly want to put some of the guardrails. Not guardrails, the crossing boards. Actually, we might only need one of these here. Huh. Interesting. And then I'll quickly get the ones for the diamond, which I believe we had some over by the gravel pit. Yeah, I'll just use these ones probably, the normal frogs. Because they fit color-wise, might be a good idea. So place that there, turn it the other way, place it there, place one in that way, place one in the other way. There we go. Look, it's a diamond. I know, I will put down the clickety-clack triggers as well, but I haven't put them down in most places where they should go because they it makes it more difficult to detail around them. I really love how this connects back to the yard like this. Because if you're switching back here or you're driving back here, you can see all these rail lines going all over the place. It's like, well, where does this go? And you follow it along. And then you see that it actually goes underneath here and connects back to the yard. Oh. Okay, now, I don't think we've got time to add lights and detail this, because if I add lights, then I'm going to need to do the setup, and then that might take a little longer. So I think I'm just going to get the thumbnail now, and then we'll do that on Thursday. Also, so you'll do a clickety-clack pass. Clickety-clack pass, yes, of course. Who wouldn't do a clickety-clack pass? Your thumbnail on Thursday? Well, yes. I do think we will take a thumbnail on Thursday. That doesn't look very good. Also, I mean... Didn't we already have this on our thumbnail before? I think we did. Yeah, it will probably get shrubbery. Shrubbery? Nee. Maybe just along here. Not really that much here yet. Yeah, that looks really boring on there. I've just looked, because I see a little preview of what it looks like in the corner when I take a screenshot, and that screenshot looked really boring. Probably best to get one over here where with the fields where we added all the trees and stuff like that. Although I should increase the render distance somewhat. Hold Alt to go faster, isn't it Control? That one might look a bit better than the other one, at least. Ooh, maybe like that. Right, thanks, let's put my sign on it. Well, that would be a good idea, but that's not really what we've built. Well, I have put down the sign today, but that's not really representative of what we spend most of the time building. Although I suppose it might look quite nice. Just like that. Not sure how well you'd see that on the thumbnail. Oops, 1 second. Anyway, I've put lots of them now, so one of them should probably work. Or maybe one on the side here would be better. Yeah, oh, one of them should theoretically work. So with that, thank you all very much for watching yet another MVR building stream. And we are really very, very close to building the final stretch. Like really, all we've got to do, look, is fill in a couple of fields back here, which should go very quickly. Build this scene, and add a few buildings along here. That's it. Then we'll actually extend it that way, and considering that we'll then be right in the city where we've got houses on either side, like tall houses like this, I'll basically be able to build the scenery pretty much like this. We've got just one row of houses along here with a few streets going back, but then just behind it, the city will look like that. And that should make for some really quite good progress going that way. So, yeah, there we are. By the way, these no swimming allowed signs should be up on the dealers by tomorrow evening, indeedly. Sign the Reeskins, but yeah. Imagine if that was all one message. Anyway, good night, bye-bye. Until Wednesday, indeed.